Einstein once said, insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result.
Alright, first coin. Yeah, that coin's kind of impossible timing. What the fuck?
People always quote this, but I think it's stupid. What I just showed you was Doggy dying to the same part in grief over and over again, and he's still going. Do you want to call him insane? No, you don't. And that's because if Doggy went live, streamed right now, and got 85%, you'd lose your mind. I bet that all you want is for him to grind the level every day for 6 hours so he can verify, like watching the World Cup. So then, why do you quit things as soon as you stop noticing progress? Doggy hasn't seen progress in 6 months except for a single extra percent, going from 83% in November to 84% in May. I can almost guarantee you wouldn't want to play level for a week with no progress. But people are driven by it, and when they don't get it, they assume there's something wrong with them. They assume that they just don't have what it takes. But what's actually happening is that your consistency grows invisibly. People think linearly, so when daily progress disappears, they assume they've plateaued. But you never actually hit your skill ceiling. It's theoretical. You'll creep up closer and closer to your limit, but you'll never actually reach it. And because your progress slows down, you won't notice it day to day anymore. You'll have to start comparing yourself week to week. Doggy even said on stream with Jinxie,
It feels so random sometimes. Like, I'll have like weeks where I'll just be like, can't get anywhere. It's just like, it's really annoying.
You can spend like a month and make no progress.
I know, yeah. And like, honestly, a month now just feels like nothing.
but he keeps going because he hasn't reached his limit yet. And we'll never know what it is. Improvement never stops, it just gets harder to notice. Geometry Dash teaches you something most skills keep hidden: the difference between impossible and improbable. Trying over and over and over again, analyzing your mistakes, and losing hundreds of thousands of times is all part of the process to achieving insane things despite how impossible and far-fetched they might seem. And this is all just a metaphor for whatever you want it to be. Fitness, writing, filmmaking, learning an instrument, relationships. Geometry Dash is just a single skill among thousands. It just so happens to be easier to see progress with. Most people quit because they mistake slow progress for no progress. They assume that if they aren't improving today, they won't improve tomorrow. But Doggy has died hundreds of thousands of times because he understands that one successful run is all that matters. Geometry Dash isn't really about cubes and spikes. It's about showing up day to day without meaningful feedback. It's about trusting that tiny improvements you can't see are still happening. And maybe that's the closest thing that life has to a cheat code. Maybe Einstein was wrong. Maybe insanity isn't doing something over and over again, expecting a different result. Maybe that's just mastery. And Doggy is living proof.
Bro!
Geometry Dash is the answer to life, the universe, and everything.